So there's a lot of discourse on Faker receiving the Hall of Fame, and I'm just gonna say my thoughts and how I feel about it. Summarize this entire video. Does he deserve Hall of Fame? Absolutely yes. I am a pretty big fan of T1 and the Faker, so there might be quite a bit of bias, but wanting to explain why I think Faker is deserving of the Hall of Fame title. I'm gonna go over 3 reasons that are the main points of discourse. To counter all those points, yeah, I have 3 reasons why. Okay, so let's look at Faker's Wikipedia page. Okay, so Faker, for his entire League of Legends pro career, has been playing on SKT organization only. He started this February 2013, it's currently May 2024, and so he's been playing for this organization for 11 years, okay? Faker has been playing since Season 2, ever since the Korean server started up. For 12 years he's been playing this game. 11 of them, he's been playing it as a pro player, and he's been on the same organization ever since. That's not even the full argument to the time. I'm not saying like, yo, because he's so loyal to his organization, he deserves to be in a Hall of Fame. But the biggest argument is that people will say that League is too young to have a Hall of Fame, and to have an active player that's playing the game be a part of that Hall of Fame. There's no such thing. But then this is, okay, once again, this is esports, right? So we can't compare this to traditional sports like the NBA or the NFL, where their lifespans they're almost 100 years old for both of those sports, right? The esports game lifespan is not that long. There are a handful of games where they've lasted longer than League of Legends, for example, Counter-Strike and StarCraft Brood War. Even those 2 games, they had iterations and they had dips. Maybe not Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike has always been strong, but then Counter-Strike has had multiple updates, or not updates, but then they played on different games for most of their timelines, right? And even in Counter-Strike, there's no player that has the same kind of record that Faker does. There's no other esports player that I feel like that has this kind of resume that Faker does. 11 years consistently, he's been performing at the highest level and constantly known as one of the greatest. Even when he's at his low points, if he just shows up to Worlds, everyone just regards him as the Demon King, the unkillable Demon King, like Tom Brady. So people say that even Tom Brady isn't a part of the Hall of Fame or the NFL, but then Tom Brady hasn't been playing. How long has Tom Brady been playing for? So he's been playing for 22 years, right? How long has NFL been? First season, 1920. So obviously, you can't say that, you know, Tom Brady, he hasn't always been a part of the NFL's history, right? His 20 years, he's only been 1/5 of the NFL's legacy. Okay, so he started playing in Season 3, Season 14 right now, 11 years out of 14 years. And like, he's been playing 12 out of 14 years, right? In total, he's been a part of League of Legends history like for quite a bit. Another point to the time is that esports titles lifespans, they aren't that long. Like Overwatch League, the first season was in 2018 and it lasted until last year, so 2018 until 2023. He has been playing for 2 times longer than the Overwatch League's entire lifespan. And so that's my first point. All this time discussion about, hey, you know what, League of Legends is not young enough. Like, we don't know how much longer League of Legends is gonna last for, right? Like, League of Legends, it might end in the next 5 years. And so what's the point of making skins that celebrates a player when no one even plays the game anymore? Or esports being mainstream internationally and not just in Asia is still so young. Like, who the hell cares if a game does this, right? Like, the only people that are going to be upset are the people that are very, very traditional and they want to see something go for a long time, and then after a while, okay, now let's reflect back. Okay, obviously Faker's number 1. Like there's no question about it. You're going to be looking 10-20 years into the future, you're going to be looking back and you're still going to be saying that Faker's the number 1. There's no one that's going to replace Faker. I guess maybe, okay, you know what, I forgot the second point, but I'll say my third point. And this is super biased of me to say, but then Faker just him as a player, there's literally no one that has the personality that Faker does and plays at this high level, and throughout all of these years never had any kind of controversy. I've talked about Faker's, what he does as a person, like his hobby, how he treats people, and why people always say they want to be like him. This guy literally, he just, in his off time, he reads. This guy reads during the times that he's not playing the game to further improve himself as a human, as a person. Reading, okay, and like let's look at these book recommendations. Let's see. Like, what the hell? New Cosmos by David Etcher? Like what the hell? Jesus, oh my goodness. Like, he's recommending books like these. Oh my goodness. As a pro player, as the literal best pro player in the entire League of Legends franchise, and on top of all of esports, this guy is telling people to freaking read and like recommending books about, like, or I guess it's talking about the universe. It's just talking about cosmology. I'm guessing this goes deeper than just, you know, talking about space, right? It probably talks about like okay, what I'm trying to say is that this guy literally just reads books and he practices piano in his off time. Oh my goodness, come on. Okay, I mean, every esports, they look at their players differently. They might want them to react differently, or, you know, put on a different personality when they're on stage. Your best player is doing stuff like this. I remember my second point. Okay, so my second point, a lot of people have been saying that Faker's achievements have not been amounted to as much as people should be crediting him for, that result in disregarding him from the Hall of Fame for now. But you guys don't know that Faker, this guy doesn't compete just for SKT, just for himself, but then he competes for Korea as a whole and nationally represents them at Olympics. People, I'm pretty sure people have heard of, or no, it's just the Asian Games. Faker, once again, only SKT player, 2018, and then 2023. Faker once again. They won 2023. 2018, no, they lost. Oh man, 3-1. Wait, who was on the Chinese team? Oh fuck, this is a stacked ass team. Yeah, anyways, Faker has represented Korea at a national level, not just playing for his team, playing for his organization, but playing for an entire country, representing a country at the Olympics twice now. Twice. Like, these two tournaments have been 5 years apart. He's still playing at the highest level, even though like esports players' lifespans, they aren't that long either. But anyways, yeah, those are my 3 reasons why I think Faker deserves Hall of Fame. If you look at time relativity of League of Legends, hasn't been around for that long, and we don't know how long it's gonna be around here for. But then Faker has been playing for a majority of the esports lifespan for League of Legends. Second point, his achievements, they expand way beyond just League of Legends. He performs for Korea at the Olympics. He represents them. He's a national treasure for Korea. You know, there have been other Korean pros that were known to be literally the best esports player ever, like Flash, Boxer. I mean, I guess all literally just StarCraft players, right? But now Faker, he's that new gen. He's that new wave. Yeah, he's that new Flash. So achievements expand way beyond just his first places, his 4-time first places at Worlds. Like, even in other sports, rarely do you see someone this humble. He's literally, like, he's just on top of the world. That's why I think Faker is deserving of Hall of Fame.